Most people would probably describe me as a real estate agent. But I've never really seen myself that way. To me, real estate is not only about buildings. It's about being an advisor for people, their families, their freedom, and the life they're trying to build. I'm from Denmark, and I'm from the countryside in the area called Nordjylland. I have a sister, of course, mom and dad still living on the countryside. My sister living in London at the moment. My mom and dad has worked kind of the same place all their lives. My mom was in the financial institution for 40 years. My father was a bricklayer in the same company for 37 years. So I think there was a lot of love, but I remember there was not always a lot of money to do some crazy stuff. But having a lot of love is having a nice time as a family. Sports has always been some kind of important thing for me when I was younger. You know, when I was doing sports, it makes me happy and I get a lot of energy. So I was playing football, badminton and tennis. And when I was around 12, I have to decide because some people have an idea that I was good at what I was doing. And I decided to go with the badminton. And when I was 17, I got injured and also saw some other priorities in life. So every time I played sports, tennis, badminton, and all the time when I was kind of doing things very good and I have to be very serious, I always get injured and kind of having a call that sports is not my way. Every time I fall in love with sports or other things in life, I go very, very deep. But it was first until I have been in the military. And when I have a conversation with a guy, I said, Lasse, you should try to go into real estate. You have a mom being in the financial in Denmark and a father as a bricklayer. Why not consider to be in real estate? And since then, that has been my call and I could go all in there. This is really my passion, you know, one that I can help my clients. And I have, you know, I love real estate so much, so I look into every detail. So when I see a smile of my client, I forget about everything else. And I really love to go out to see where the future will be, where the best investments in real estate are, and see things will evolve as a new city. I really love that. My job is all about passion. When I see a smile on my clients, that made my day. Of course, everybody has to earn some money, but in the end of the day, my passion is my fuel. Started in one of the biggest companies in real estate in Denmark called Jumeirah. And I was there only for 9 months. After 9 months, the biggest company in Denmark called Home called me and said, Lasse, you have made maybe too many deals, I don't know. We want you to be a part of Home instead of Jumeirah. I went from a trainee to be a guy in charge of a small department for specialized brokers for apartments in the town where I'm from called Aalborg. So after 9 months, I was with the biggest company in Denmark called Home, and I was there for 6 years. Once I knew real estate was where I belonged, I made the biggest decision of my career. So after being with Home for 6 years, it was amazing. I had everything that I needed, but I have some kind of idea with myself that I wanted to kind of be on a higher level. And my biggest competitor and also good friend, Rasmus, I called him and they said, Rasmus, I think we can build the biggest independent agency in Denmark. Are you with me? And after 22 months, we was able to sell the most of units in 12 months. I think that was more than 150 units in only 12 months. And the thing which made us the most proud was that the people were so happy with us. We have a review of 9.9 out of 10. And that makes me really, really happy and grateful. In my private life, one of the people that I really care about, my little sister, was sick. So after that experience with Nana, I saw that, you know, life is very short. Why not get the best out of it? And that was where I said, hey, with all respect, I don't want to be like my mom and dad being in the same place for 35 or 40 years. I wanted to do something bigger and try to get the best out of the life. I felt satisfied in Denmark, and I've never been a strong believer with the jantelån. If you work really hard, I celebrate. So for me, with that in mind, why not be in the place where there's the biggest real estate in the whole world, where all the big deals is being made? And for me, that was the reason for I went to Dubai. And also because my best childhood friend was living in Dubai and invited me down there just as a holiday. But 9 days later, it ended up that I sold everything that I I had in Denmark and started my journey in April 2023 in Dubai real estate. My journey in real estate here was difficult. The first 6 months, you have to build your reputation. So a lot of calling and building your reputation. I think in the end of the day, everything takes time. So now after 3 years, I kind of have my own network and I'm happy for what I'm doing also with my clients and the numbers. This is legacy we're building here. So my why is not to be like everybody else. I wanted to stand out. I want to make my own legacy. I want to help my clients in the best possible way, maybe which has never been seen before. So I have exactly an idea of how I wanted to do it, and we'll sort it out. In UAE, things which has been built here has hugely been inspired from USA, London, and all the bigger cities. What we're looking into in UAE at the moment is seeing some areas so unique that you have never seen it before. For instance, Sadet Island, you have Louvre, Guggenheim, and 6 museums in a distance of 500 meters. That has never been seen before in just on an island. So these developments here is very, very rare and unique. And it's really amazing to see they are on time and everything, as they said, gonna be built. And I wanted to be a part of what they're building and of course also the legacy.